What's up, everybody? My name's John Arrivo, and want to introduce myself. These videos that I'm going to start making are called OG sessions. I'm going to be doing some interviews with some of my friends, some of my customers, some of my employees, and some of the people that are helping me with a couple of my projects. I'm a food guy. I have multiple food businesses, and I want to talk about the food industry in general. I need to do a lot more talking for my customers, for my businesses. I need to start communicating a lot more about my ideas and what I think about the food business, what I think about health, nutrition, wellness, what I think about the state of the United States and how we eat, how we take care of ourselves. And one of the main objectives here is to help people feel better. I have a retail store and I get to talk to my customers 7 days a week about how they're feeling, how they're eating. I have a health food business, so I like to think that I provide really nice, healthy, delicious products for my customers, for their friends, for their family. And there are a lot of things going on in the food business that I have a lot of opinions about, and I want to get my opinions out. And it's going to start here. I'm going to do this through YouTube, and then I'm going to be posting a lot of things on the other channels. But what I'll do is I'm going to start doing YouTube lives. I figured out a way for me to record myself with YouTube, and that's going to be the way that I'm going to do it. So, as an introduction, it's kind of where I'm at. And so, one of the main things and items that I want to talk about is my idea about consumption. I believe in a concept called non-consumption. Non-consumption to me means that we are going to withdraw ourselves from everything that we've ever been taught, thought about, or think currently about the way we eat and what we consume. Non-consumption also means something about not consuming content, news, marketing material, advertising, propaganda. So this idea about non-consumption to me is, of course, a little bit about fasting, but non-consumption is a holistic approach to becoming more centered and being able to hear your subconscious and the voice inside that's telling you what to do and what not to do. So the easiest way for me to understand and hear and listen to my subconscious is to withdraw myself from what we call a normal diet. The 2,000 calorie diet, 3 meals a day diet, eating all day, thinking about eating all day, consuming ourselves with what are we going to eat? How much are we going to eat? Is it delicious? Is it not delicious? Is it healthy? Is it not healthy? And what I've come to the conclusion about is we think way too much about eating. And we put way too much of an emphasis on what we're going to go out and eat, how we're going to eat it. Are we going to cook for ourselves? Are we going to go out and let somebody else cook for us? Are we going to eat healthy for this meal? Are we going to eat unhealthy for that meal? Are we going to do a cheat meal day? Are we going to me, I think as a food business owner, I think so much less now about eating, and I only think about how I want to feel. So I barely put any emphasis anymore on day-to-day basis. What am I eating? When am I going to eat? Am I going to cook? Am I going to let somebody else cook for me? And of course, I own a food business, so I think about food a lot differently than almost everybody. But I want to share my ideas and my opinions because I feel like at this point in my life, I've been able to figure out an approach that is allowing me to have the most clarity that I've ever had, allowing me to feel the best that I've ever felt in my stomach, in my gut, as a whole, in my entire body. And so I want to share how I take care of myself, what I eat, how I approach nutrition, wellness. And I want to help people feel better. That's, I think, the biggest concept and idea that I have in my mind after now 10 years owning a coffee company, after 5 to 6 years of owning a restaurant and a market, and a couple of years of owning a beverage company. So again, my name is John. I own food businesses, and I want to help people feel better. One of the easiest approaches for me to help people feel better is to introduce my concept around non-consumption. Some people will call it fasting. Some people will call it intermittent fasting. I don't like the term fasting because it's a little bit too religious. I don't think everybody wants to consider fasting because not everybody is religious. And so what I've come to the conclusion about is the concept that has helped me the most in my life is to approach your health, wellness, and mental wellness through non-consumption, through consuming less. I want to have the most clarity. I want to feel the best I've ever felt. I don't want to have any stomach, gut, bowel problems going on. I want to live 7 days a week feeling the best that I've ever felt. And it's so easy to do. And so many people are struggling with this concept. And it's all about our understanding, our addictions, and our approach to what we consume. So if you're interested in those types of topics, if you would like yourself to feel better, if you would like to have a more clear mind, if you'd like to have better health, if you would like to feel better physically, if you would like to have more mental clarity, if you would like to clear your gut, then you should start following me, because I'm going to start talking a lot about how we can assist ourselves, our friends, our families in feeling better. And the approach is simple, but it's not easy, because the food industry in the United States, the food business, food corporations have made it very, very difficult for citizens of our country to feel good, be healthy, and take care of themselves. The cool thing is that it's completely in our control. The individual completely controls their health, wellness, and fitness. And so if you can have an understanding, a better understanding about how to take care of yourself, what to consume, what not to consume, what to ingest, what not to ingest, everything will start making more sense. So that's it for today. I want to start it this way. I have posted a lot on YouTube over the years. Got something over 1,500 videos posted. And so now I want to do these long form videos where I talk a lot more. I'm going to have to practice a lot at this. It's going to take me a lot of time to understand how to do this, get good at this. But this is my new journey as I try to promote my companies and as I try to help people feel better. That's the idea. That's my goal. I'm John. I own food companies and I want you to feel better. That's it. Peace.